Alright, time for a Diana game. I will be playing against a Shaco here, which that's I mean, he's going AP Shaco, I think, with Dark Harvest, so that is slightly better for me because that's a little bit less pressure in the early game situation. But yeah, it's still a Shaco. I still have to be decently careful, but not as careful as he would have if he had Hail of Blades. In this situation, I'll be starting on top side here because I don't really want to play towards an Ornn. Ornn is probably just going to be permanently under his turret, and I think there's going to be more of a fight situation going on bot lane. So that's why we're going to start up here. Plus, added benefit from starting topside in this scenario is also that you are less likely to get invaded by Shaco. Shaco most likely has some type of box set up here, and yeah, he either then goes red into your topside with a quick clear, or he ends up going for like some kind of gank or whatever. If he starts on blue buff, for that matter, you kind of have the similar effect still, because then he would probably clear his topside afterwards. So, yeah. Set up that way. Now this is obviously after the Diana buffs in this patch. Diana got some nice additional shielding, a bit of additional damage as well on like her W and E, basically. It's actually like the E damage adds up quite a bit, because the E does give you the, like, you use it several times, right? So an extra 10% AP scaling on the E is pretty large. Can end up being very, very significant. As you can see, like, the bot lane situation, like, the Xayah just died, which means that if I just, like, I'm clearing into it right now, they're pushing the wave in, right? The wave is going to just be outside the turret, so they can't recall just yet. We saw the Thresh just move as well, so he just warded try. If I want to make that gank happen, I could technically make it happen in this situation, even if the try is warded, if they are positioned to, like, far enough forward for it. Do that. They are resetting now. Fair enough. Bot lane lost slightly too hard. I'll place the ward here. I'll be switching anyway. I'll go for the bot scuttle in this situation. This is okay. Oh, there was a Shaco there. Don't really mind too much if you, like, he obviously can't really fight me in this scenario, so that's good. In this situation, I just run at him. Thank you. I could not reach that one. I wanted to instantly, like, distance close. I'll never catch the Shaco on that one. But I wanted to instantly distance close on the 1 HP Talon, obviously, so I just flash E and then W him, so he dies off that one. But yeah. Oh, nice play, Lux. I don't know how you got him, but very well done. That's what we like to see. This guy's going to be unkillable. This is now respawning. I could technically reset here, but my clear speed isn't that bad, so I can probably just gain a bit of overall tempo here by doing this. I can clear like Gromp Wolves, hit level 5, and I might be able to go like bot lane after that one. Ooh. I could have technically opted to do, like, to just go on Shaco, but I just saw the free kill on Talon there, basically, so I just went for it instead. Alright. I'm not going to commit to doing a full clear here, but I will just reset after this one. Because I would be, like, in this situation here, my topside camps will be down, and I can then reset, and then just go onto the map on bot side. Maybe play for, like, Dragon, bot side camps, bot lane gank, type deal, type angle. I build all the AP first here, we switch that as well. You build the AP first on Diana, because you have a lot of attack speed still from your passive. I am gonna go Nashor's first though, because it's still just an extremely good item on Diana as a first item for jungle. You do gain attack speed from this, however, the overall value on that item is insane. Gives you insane 1v1 potential. Shinozards as well. Let's see if I can do this. I wonder if this is warded. We're gonna see. It's not. Just ping 30,000 times so that they actually go in for something. Now we should be able to go for the Thresh here. And yeah. Also another thing with Diana there that I will do, because I know as, like, this champion gets kills, she skills extremely well, right? And I also don't really trust my teammates in solo queue, to be fair. So I just always try to execute with E. This works especially well with a W-E combination, because if you dash through a target with your W up, it's going to instantly proc all the orbs. So for that reason, you can execute people very easily with that mechanic, and you should be able to land most kills that way. And here, just try to space out your skills so you get more passive uptime, basically. I don't want to use my E here, because I'd rather... I mean, I guess I could have done it once there, actually, for the reset still. Just auto-attack him. Dash through in this situation, because he doesn't have flash, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I misjudged my damage slightly, that's my bad. Should have kept my dash for the next Q in that situation. Because if I would have not misjudged my damage, I would have actually just killed him there. I thought I'd have enough damage, if I'm being honest, so that's why I did it. But okay, we see Shaco bot lane here, so I'm actually not going to instantly reset right now. So I don't have to. I was more worried about like having to instantly reset if the Shaco wouldn't have shown bot, because then there was a bigger threat on like my topside camp / Rift Herald. But because he shows bot there, I actually get to just clear this at least, hit level 6, and then be able to back afterwards. I will not be able to go for this, because it would be a little bit too greedy. I'm also going to have to danger ping the Yasuo here, because we saw the Shaco here. He might be running up, doing scuttle. Yeah. An enemy has been slain. There's good. I mean, Aatrox gets the kill. That's very nice. So now I can like come out of base with the extra buy, and then I can go up here towards Herald. So I'm going to clear wolves upwards instead of like doing Gromp first or anything. Yeah, he did my Raptors, as you can see. This is what I expected. That's why I couldn't really go for Raptors, because I was too low to go for Raptors. And if he contests me on that camp instead of ganking the mid lane situation, then I would be dead. So that's not something I can afford to do. So now just before the Herald spawns, we're going to finish off all 3 of our topside camps, so he cannot have any capabilities of stealing these. And then we should be able to look for the play on Herald afterwards with a pretty strong item set against him, because I got the extra recall in, right? He will never be able to rush. Oh, this is also another thing. Like, I was looking at my jungle stacks. I should mention that too. For the stack upgrade going into the Herald, so I have a bigger smite than Shaco does. Yeah, so yeah. He will never be able to really contest me on this Rift Herald. He will never be able to do it fast enough if he would rush it on spawn. I can easily clear these camps and still go for it. Okay, should be fine. I'm gonna sweep here as well, actually. Try to like E-dash through and try to like delay your Q slightly, so you'll have the opportunity to E-dash every single time he opens his eye. There we go. Okay, game, sure. Do this as much as possible. And I'm right here. I like to wait a little bit for the eye to open, so I can just kind of smite combo it. Instead of getting it lower, there's the Shaco. That's why I wait. That's the smite combo, the reason I wait. A good old dodge. This should be the real one, I think. Okay, damn it. I got the wrong one. I mean, I do die with a shutdown, but it's not too bad. You see the exact reason why I smite comboed it the way I did, right? The Shaco actually did end up showing up for it. Obviously, I would have killed him if I guessed the right target, but I maybe missed a small detail on that one. Yeah, that's possible, sadly. Right, good. Use Futures Market there to purchase myself a Dark Seal as well on this back. It's definitely, like, not the most ideal death, because I do give a shutdown. However, I do get the Rift Herald, and that first Rift Herald is worth a lot. If I would have guessed the target better, or if I would have paid more attention, probably, I would have been able to, like, know which one the real one was. I would have just been fine. But yeah, that's on me. Hit that. Oh, Fresh just dies. That's fine with me, I guess. It's not gonna happen. Control ward here. I can look to go relatively aggressive here. There he is. Where did you go? Probably down towards his turret, I would imagine. Oh my god. Okay, fair enough. I got pincered way too hard. I thought I had some space there, but the Talon... Oh, I forgot about Talon. Talon has such good rotation capabilities to that one. I'm just reading. I am griefing it. No. It's way, way too greedy on my end. Just simply put. Very, very greedy. Alright, fair enough, Shaco. I believe I was actually looking at Shaco's HP bar. I think that was actually the clone as well. Was it? Huh. So I got debated even harder. Fair enough, Shaco. Well played, my guy. Alright, Dragon's gonna spawn in about 25 seconds, so I'm actually just gonna speed run up the top side and clear all my camps down as fast as possible. This way, I'll be able to get as much XP going into it, and I can just take the objective. I don't really have the time to actually do top scuttle in this situation, so Aatrox just gets it, it's fine. Good. W second. As you can see, we're basically coming into the dragon on spawn, so that's good for us. Make sure that I actually go check on time. There's Shaco. Please kill Shaco first, thank you very much. Okay. About that one. I didn't ult Yasuo. Oh my god, Yasuo, you didn't ult, my boy. I think I might lose Herald as well. No, I don't. But I gave him the ult opportunity and he didn't click it. I think if he ults that in like the way he would have just been like an instant double kill probably. Enemy team is playing quite well together. I will give him that. Kind of sucks. Would have been a lot better if the Yasuo clicked ult here, but it is what it is. I need to use this Herald as soon as possible, because otherwise I'd lose it and that would be bad. So I'm just gonna sprint it down mid with this thing, I think. Place it down. Let's go as mid lane, and then I just have to force mid to get plating gold. Damn, man. That's a lot of bad fights back to back in this one. He doesn't have the mana to defend this, so I guess there's that. Good enough for me to get that 350 off that one. There's no way that's the real one. Obviously not that stupid Thresh. Thank you very much. Just like, there's no way that's the real Shaco, by the way. That would be way too aggressive for the real Shaco. That's what I thought. Yeah, I used the Herald, so I'm assuming they all rotated towards me, because I used the Herald quite up front there. I think I might lose Dragon here. I'm definitely gonna have to rotate the bot side. That is absolutely the real Shaco. Pull him in. Very nice. I waited on purpose there with my ult for Yasuo to be in range, in case you're wondering why I delayed myself so much. Like, I was waiting for the best ult opportunity and for Yasuo to be in range to actually ult it. Because I saw him moving down the minimap, right? So instead of instantly going for it, which I could have landed a good ultimate pretty quickly, like I could have like gone in, like smited the box or whatever, and then went past the box to get the ult off. However, in that situation specifically, it's just simply better to wait for Yasuo, because Yasuo ult guarantees a Diana ult land. Like, this is one of the best combinations in the game, which is Yasuo Diana ult, because it guarantees the Diana ult landing on several people if Yasuo just clicks his ult on time, because it locks them within the duration, right? So that's why I waited there, if you're wondering. Yeah, that makes the play insanely free instantly, because it's just an instant one-shot towards the entire team. We want to like sequence our camps upwards here towards the Rift Herald. Please just... I'm going to give that one to Shaco, obviously. Don't have ult just yet. I'm going to have to be a bit careful here. That's a very nice play. Instantly very good, because what I do there just to get as much burst as possible is I Q and WE go in and then instantly go through them again with E, so the rest of your W orbs proc if they haven't proc yet, and then you have the biggest amount of burst you can get. That's what your E will cooldown, but we had limited time on Shaco before he Qs out in that situation, so get another Herald here. We cleared in towards this one, so it's good. Pick this up, finish your jungle item, or yeah, jungle stack thing. And now, mostly, I want the mid turret off the map. That's like the biggest priority for the second Herald. But if the mid turret dies like it does right now, I'd want to look for either this turret or this turret, because they're worth more gold. So this top turret is worth 600 gold on kill, and this one as well. The mid turret's worth less. So that's something to keep in mind. Then here you can just go for that, and then we'll build towards this. If you don't want to play with Magi's, that is completely acceptable as well, of course. You simply just go for your mythic, whether that is a rocket belt or a Night Harvester is up to you. Basically, I would recommend rocket belt into when you are the only AP on your team, basically. I mean, I have a Lux here, but for the rest I'm the only AP, so the flat magic penetration is valuable enough. If they have a lot of tanks, or like if you have way more AP on your team, it's better to go Night Harvester, because then the flat magic penetration value loses its value, basically. We see Ashe here. Okay, I mean, she ulted me, I guess. I want to take her cannon. Want to push the turret down here. Lux is also top lane, so, and Shaco is spotted mid, so we should be able to just get turret for free. And I might be able to, what I was saying earlier, right? Use the Herald to push this next turret down. And this is like the thing I want to look for, because they're all top lane now. So this turret actually goes down very quickly now here. So I just Herald this, and then this splits a lot of value between the two of us. I might not actually have had the Herald for this one, to be fair. And it does have a lot of damage on it, but I'll at least get the bounce on the base turret now then, which is really good still, obviously. I'm not going to complain about that one. Just one shot the wave as fast as possible here to get it to the turret. And then getting the bounce on the base turret is obviously very, very good. So this is already something I'm very happy about. I was just going for this turret, but we killed it so fast because of like timing on it that, yeah. Oh, I'm dead. I highly disrespected the Talon angle on that one. Okay. I didn't actually reach him. She actually killed him without my help. Wow. That did put my E on cooldown though, because that happened that way. Oh. I don't know about this. You... That's good. I need to wait for my Q cooldown. I can't run away from Ashe. I'm gonna have to turn on him. Yeah. I had to like walk away initially to let her close as much distance as possible. And then I turn on her with my combo, because I can't run from an Ashe due to the slowing effect consistently hitting me the entire time. So the only way I win that is if I turn, and it ended up working out for me, which is good, obviously. But yeah, the only way I get anything done there is turning on him. I'm actually going to hold on to the rest of this gold, because the next item I'd really want is Death Cap in this scenario. If I didn't have a fully stacked Magi's, I could technically go for like another item, potentially. But Death Cap is definitely just the way to go here, because the more AP you have, the better the item gets, right? So it's just a simple situation where I wait. And I just hold on to the gold so I can afford the large holds faster and stuff like that. There's nothing else to buy. I could buy an Amp Tome there going into like a Void Staff potentially, but I don't need a Void Staff this game really. Because I'm the only AP. So they shouldn't really be stacking that much magic resist. So my magic penetration item is more likely to be a Shadow Flame even later on. But even then, I could just not go for a magic penetration item and just go Lich Bane instead, which is just super good burst damage. So that's kind of what I'm looking at as well. So 9 seconds on Dragon, they're all top sides, which is very good. So I can just opt into the Dragon play here, which is definitely something I am looking for right now. Again, here, just go for as much burst as possible. Try to like delay your E to the point where you will hold on to your passive stacks longer. But then also don't delay it long enough to where they disappear, right? Your thing disappears. Your Moonlight Beam, so your E doesn't get the reset. That would be bad. Whew, that was an Ashe ult. What? How the hell did I miss that one? Okay, I'm just bad, I guess. This dude. I would have killed Thresh so hard if I hit that Q for the reset on E, but I put my E on full cooldown, which was so bad. Alright, well, it happens, I guess. It's fine. There are my topside camps here. We should keep like level up tempo going. Good. Ooh, that's probably a dead team, right? Yeah, at least Thresh. Zaya's pretty strong, actually. Pretty hard to deal with for the enemy team, at least. They will definitely lose that one, though. Ooh, he went for Zaya? Is that good? Oh my god. Zaya popping off. We Baron? Oh, we cannot Baron. Okay. Yeah, okay. You are kidding. Okay, well, my red buff build, I'm good. I used my Q on the minion there, QE on the minion to close as much distance, and then I can WE into the Ornn to execute him from that range again, what I said, right, with the orb execution thingy. Dash into them. Or hitting the inhibitor, you have to stand against it, as you saw. You saw the first hit, I hit for 300, but then I stood against the inhibitor instead. And then it hits for more than 300. Because then your passive actually applies to it. So, yeah, it's something to keep in mind when doing that. Might be able to hit him with it. This, okay, I didn't hit him with it. Ah, damn it. I was hoping he'd place a ward so I'd get vision with E. I knew exactly where he was, but I couldn't really engage it, right? Get the blue buff out of the way. I don't really want to stick around here for too long, because I do have quite a lot of gold right now, so I definitely want to look for a reset. I can get double large roll, which is extremely valuable, of course. That's so good. Ooh. He's kind of dying. I mean, I'd say the game is relatively even.
I cannot turn back.
Kind of want to just do Baron if my team wants to just do Baron, but that down. Can we just Baron, please? Oh, there's a Shaco here. Thank you. Just a dead Shaco, so that's an insta Baron. But with Sweeping Trinket, you can chase the Shaco very easily like that, so it's very nice. Prefer not tanking this, because I'm pretty sure I do more damage than Yasuo, but I guess it doesn't really matter here. We have enough damage output on it anyway. I'm actually gonna reset here as well. My Xayah resets, which gives me a higher incentive to also reset to kind of sync up some reset timers. But I obviously also have a death cap worth of money there, right? So buying that death cap is gonna give me a tremendous amount of ability power, so that's what I'm gonna go for. They can just go top lane while I go bot lane here. We can split our Baron powers the best way possible, right? That's kind of what I'm looking at. Put pressure in their base a lot more, putting pressure on all sides. And then we can use Baron to a more effective degree. That's what I'm looking at here. Diana's an extremely monstrous split push champion. So if they don't react to me, which is going to be hard because I have so much damage that I deal with them very, very easily, I will just get their turrets in no time. So that's kind of why I want to be the one on the side lane. That's just an engage right there. The way I engage that one, late game team fights, it's generally not that good to go for QEs. You actually just want to go for the straight up E ult. Because it's harder to dodge. It's easier to combo into when you can just flash E ult into it, right? There again, hit the QE and then the WE right afterwards. It's pretty much dead, but... And then that way you can burst for the highest potential, and yeah. My last item in this game can be a Void Staff, can be a Zonias, but it probably would have been a Lich Bane because I was doing fine, and Lich Bane, I don't need magic penetration, so Void Staff is pointless. I'm the only AP, so Lich Bane is the highest burst potential. But yeah, that is it for Diana, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the endgame stats. Alright, so for the endgame stats here, I ended up doing 25.5k damage, which is just very, very good, right? Definitely not bad damage whatsoever. Aatrox did a good amount as well. We have true damage to champions at 530, which is just smite damage. We have objective damage at 66.4k. I was like, this is something you really have to go into, right? Like, you saw me clearing and setting myself up with recalls and everything to be there for like Herald spawns, Dragon spawns as much as possible. Get those things done as much as possible. A lot of this can also be turret damage on Diana. In this case, it wasn't as much, but Diana does a tremendous amount of turret damage. So if you do get like one good Herald push, especially like a, you saw the push on bot lane, right? Like I got basically 3 turrets. I mean, put the last one very low, but basically 3 turrets with like a Herald push, just a push for Diana. They went top lane. I had like a little bit of time, and that situation can happen a lot for you. So looking for like the second Herald side lane push, if you can, is very, very big. For like damage purposes, because you can just quickly snipe out an inhibitor if the enemy team is just not paying attention for a little bit due to the amount of passive damage you do. You do have to realize that for the inhibitor you have to stand against it to hit your passive, as I said. But yeah, healing done at 8.5k. damage taken at 17k, let's say. We have self-mitigated on our 27.1. This obviously applies to your shield, giving you a lot of self-mitigated damage. Gold earned here at 15.3. For the runes, Conquer healed me for 310. Triumph for 1000 health. And like, I didn't really get that low for this to be as effective in a lot of situations, but a bit of bonus gold is quite nice. And we have Tenacity here, Coup de Grace, and then Magical Footwear and Futures Market. I like Futures Market and Magical Footwear a lot, instead of going like Magical Footwear Cosmic, because Cosmic got kind of like useless out of the game, in my opinion, for most things, due to your jungle Smite no longer being linked to the cooldown of Smite since the start of this season. And Futures Market just gives you additional tempo, especially on champs like this, that like you can rush into a Nashor's without too much worry and purchase your item spike slightly faster. That is extremely valuable. So these two purchases actually end up being quite nice. And for the rest, it just gold lined up quite well, so I didn't need it as much. But it can be very, very good for tempo, consistency, and tempo. And yeah, that is really it for Diana. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button below. And I will see you guys tomorrow with another one. Bye.